Netflix's Avatar, The Last Airbender is considered one of the best live-action adaptations, even though it's not officially released yet. And you won't believe the original cast's reactions to this new Avatar series. Since Netflix announced the adaptation of ATLA, fans around the globe cannot hide their trauma from the previous adaptation back in 2010. And the trauma started to grow when the original creators, Bryan Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino, left ATLA because of creative differences. But more on that later. Because in this video, we are first going to talk about the incredible reactions of the ATLA's original cast. Then we are going to talk about how perfect the cast is, how the casting directors did it, and much more. So keep watching the original cast of Avatar. The Last Airbender reacts to Netflix's remake. Toph Beifong, voice actor, reacts to Netflix's live-action trailer. Michaela Jill Murphy, the voice behind Toph Beifong in Avatar: The Last Airbender, recently shared her feelings about the new Netflix live-action remake. Murphy couldn't hold back her emotions, seeing the series reborn in a whole new way, with real actors and settings made her teary-eyed.
But I actually have lots of feelings.
She compared the remake of the 2010 film adaptation by M. Night Shyamalan, saying this new version is a step up, especially on how it portrays bending, the magical ability to control elements.
Gosh, it's so cool to see it feel so tangible.
Like the 2010 adaptation, Netflix will be bringing the magic of Book 1, Water, from the beloved animated series to life. But this new version is amping up the bending powers, making it clear that we're in for a treat that's going to outshine the previous live-action attempt. Furthermore, the trailer, which Michaela Jill Murphy got emotional watching, is packed with familiar scenes. Fans will recognize moments like the Warriors of Kyoshi and the tragic tale of the Air Nomads. This shows the Netflix series is diving deep, giving us the kind of rich, detailed storytelling that was missing from Shyamalan's movie. Plus, the music in the trailer? It's straight from the animated series, signaling a true-to-heart adaptation. So, with so many elements directly lifted from the animated show, Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender is shaping up to be a fan favorite. It's following the footsteps of successful adaptations like One Piece, setting the stage for another triumph in bringing animation to live action. Zuko's reaction. Talking to a reporter from Variety, Dallas Liu expressed that it's a huge honor to be playing Zuko. He's pumped to give it his all. Liu knows fans have been eagerly waiting for more Avatar goodness and promises not to disappoint. Interestingly, Liu used the word honor when describing his role. For fans of the show, this word is so special. Because in the show, Zuko, obsessed with regaining his lost honor, often says, "I must restore my honor." It became such a known phrase that it was even playfully teased in the series. The original creator's dilemma. The original creators, Bryan Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino, were all set to bend their magic into a live-action version. But then, out of the blue, they dropped a bombshell, saying they left the live-action because of creative differences. And because of that, the showrunner of the live-action series, Albert Kim, stepped up as the new captain of the ship. But without the guidance of the original creators, that's a tough spot to be in. He admitted to Entertainment Weekly that taking over was absolutely a huge challenge. "You'd have to be an idiot not to be a little intimidated," he confessed. "Do I really want to do this? Is there a way to improve upon the original?" And going back to Konietzko and DiMartino, in an open letter, they shared their side of the story. They had big plans when they joined the Netflix project in 2018. Netflix even promised to support their vision, but as it turns out, it wasn't meant to be. DiMartino described his leaving as the toughest decision he ever made. Also, he hinted that the Netflix adaptation could still be a hit, but it wouldn't be the show they had dreamed of creating. But don't worry, they haven't left the Avatar world. They're now leading Avatar Studios, cooking up new animated adventures, including a feature film set for 2025. Moreover, getting back to Netflix's version, Albert Kim and his team of writers, who are also big fans of the original, put their heads together. They're blending their personal love for the show with fresh ideas for the live-action series. And this is proven by Zuko's actor, Dallas Liu, saying,
"Everyone that worked on the series is actually a fan. Like from our transport team, our crafty crew. So everyone really put their best foot forward."
The original animated series had a mix of standalone episodes and a continuous story, especially in the later seasons. But Netflix's live-action version, with 8 one-hour episodes, will focus more on the main events from the get-go. Albert Kim said, "We didn't start the show the way the animated series starts. They've had to untangle and rework some storylines to fit the new format. It's going to be different. And Kim is eager to see how fans will react to these changes. Speaking of fan reactions, Netflix's trailer for the live-action adaptation sparked a wave of excitement among fans, lighting up social media with their reactions. And even those who started off with a bit of doubt are now happy. Yeah, the trailer turned skepticism into sheer enthusiasm. One screams on Twitter saying, "I'm crying my eyes out. This is so special to me." Another fan said, "Oh my god, I'm screaming. I'm gonna throw up. My childhood is back." How can we blame them? The cast is perfect. Even in their interviews, they resonate with our beloved characters. Just take a look at this moment when an ET reporter is interviewing Gordon Cormier, our beloved Aang, and Dallas Liu, the hot firebender.
That's a well-known fact, man. Come on, Gordon.
After watching it, one fan said in the comment section, "The way I inhaled when I realized Gordon and Dallas literally sound like the animated voice actors of their own characters." Also, take a look at Kiowantio Tarbell, who plays Katara,
You will see soon enough.
Yes.
and Ian Ousley playing Sokka.
I can't wait for everyone to be able to have that experience and share it with everyone, you know?
Come on, man. The casting is so perfect that some fans are saying, "It's so weird to see that there's actually a real Sokka walking the earth and they found him for the role." But honestly, how did they find such perfect actors? Avatar: The Last Airbender casting calls. Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender put out a series of open calls with a twist. They use secret codenames like Chief Red Crow, Grace, Henry, Anaya, Brother Rain, and Dakota to keep the real characters hidden. One rumor that really got everyone talking was on Reddit. It was about a casting call for Tibetan and mainland Southeast Asian actors where the guys had to be willing to shave their heads. Furthermore, the creators promised a cast that truly reflected the show's diverse cultures. No whitewashing here, and most importantly, Albert Kim prioritized authenticity. He said, "Our byword has been authenticity to the story, to the characters, to the cultural influences. They wanted to be true to the original, where Aang, Katara, Sokka, and Zuko were based on Nepali, Inuit, and Chinese cultures. This was a clear move away from M. Night Shyamalan's 2010 movie Adaptation, which, let's be honest, didn't really hit the mark. It's sitting at 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. Fans were very disappointed with its storytelling and casting choices. It looks like they spent more time on the tattoo than they did on the story. Kidding aside, you won't believe what I'm going to tell you next, because Netflix's costume designer for Avatar: The Last Airbender, Farnaz Kaki-Sadai, shared an image showing these huge binders they used during casting. Over 130 actors were chosen for the show, not counting extras or stunt performers. That's a massive undertaking, showing just how much effort went into making this world come alive. How Avatar: The Last Airbender started. Albert Kim's adventure into the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender began with his daughter's fascination with the show when it first aired on Nickelodeon. He said, "This was a world that drew from Asian cultures and legend, which is a rarity to this day, and something I appreciated as an Asian American father." According to Netflix, watching characters who resembled his daughter was not just fun for her, but also a meaningful experience for him as a parent. Initially, Kim felt unsure when Netflix approached him to lead the series. His thoughts evolved as he reflected on the potential. "The more I thought about it, the more intrigued I became," he noted. He saw a chance to use advanced VFX technology, not just to replicate the animated series, but to add a new layer of visual depth. He envisioned a live-action version where bending elements would be more realistic and impactful. First, we've got Aang, the airbending hero, played by Gordon Cormier. Then there's Zuko, the complex firebender, brought to life by Dallas Liu. Katara, the waterbending powerhouse, is portrayed by Kiowantio. And of course, Sokka, her witty brother, played by Ian Ousley. And talking about live-action adaptations, Netflix recently released their adaptation of Yu Yu Hakusho, and it has received a lot of praises, like One Piece. And if you're a fan of Yu Yu Hakusho, I know you don't want to miss all the bloopers and behind the scenes, so click this video right here and I'll see you in the spirit world.